Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Urban Shop Talk Live for Monday, August 28th, 2017. And we got some beautiful ladies with us today. But before we get into any of the topics that we got a few good ones today. We do want to wish everybody that's going through the storm down there in Huston. We want to, Hurricane Harvey. We want to wish everybody well. And we really want to just send our best wishes out to everybody.
Yeah, definitely. It's an unfortunate situation, and some of the good stories that we're reading out of there is that people are helping each other, which is always great, especially in today's climate where, unfortunately, people tend to kind of stick to themselves and on the other sides of the fence. But it's so great to see people coming together. So that's awesome.
And we always get a lot of bad news, and that's one of the
great news.
In this bad time, it is good to hear good stories about humans being good.
Humans being human.
Right, exactly.
So we're sending all our love and prayers to all the people of Houston, and we're praying for you.
All right, well, this is Urban Shop Talk Live. This is Terry Young and Barry Crosby. Once again, Dina Finney.
Barry and Terry, though. You kind of skipped over that last time.
What's it, Barry and Terry? They all know what it is. Barry and Terry. We always in here. Nicole Johnson is also here as well. We got a special guest with us today. Go ahead.
Hi, Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Yes.
It's a
Illuminati.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Illuminati.
Tell us something about yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's hear
I
this.
am a model, video vixen, adult entertainer, dancer. I also dance on stage with Sweet Nutty Bug. Yeah, man, we just do a lot of music videos stuff all over California.
Music
Thank
videos.
you. Welcome to the
She out there
show.
with the celebrities. She with the big dogs. All right.
Well, she about to get the awakening on the urban.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Well, speaking of the celebrities and big, famous, important people, Miss Dina, you were down where a lot of important people were this weekend.
Yes.
Where at the big Conor McGregor fight, you were down there in Vegas for that. How was that experience this weekend?
That was an amazing experience. Anybody in the entertainment, the music world, everybody who's who in the world, all converge in Las Vegas. So I was there in the middle of everything, and it was kind of nice to see that, and we partied hard, and everything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
No! She said she didn't in Vegas. We will dig into that later.
No pictures this time. We have no pictures. I have no
Don't
pictures.
get into that.
Everything is like
Dina in Vegas. She changed from Seattle with Dina in Vegas.
She went Vegas on us, man. Did you have any thoughts about the fight down there though? With all the kicking that you did you actually do any looking at the fight at all?
Well, actually, I had interaction with a lot of the McGregor fans. I mean,
how were they down there?
Oh wow! I mean, they were just passionate about supporting their.
McGregor, yeah, he needed all the support he can get after that.
People actually think that fight was close. That's the thing about it.
I think it was very entertaining.
It was something.
Yeah,
It was something.
It should have been a WWE.
It was something, man. They really thought that guy had a chance. This is what I always say about the McGregor Mayweather thing. We ain't gonna get too much into this boxing thing, too much. But I do watch boxing and I do watch MMA. And so I like both sports and I respect both sports.
Which one's better, that or WWE?
Or WWE? Well, I'm a WWE guy.
I am too, though.
So I love WWE
too.
Wrestling all day. But when I'm talking about MMA and boxing, I do like and enjoy both sports and I respect both sports. But there was no way one guy was going to go into the other guy's sport and win. That would be like, a hockey player saying, I'm going to go out and figure skate and win the figure skating championship.
It's like a basketball player going into football. LeBron James playing tight end.
Well, the thing is, everybody said is that. The thing everybody said is that McGregor, he can punch. He's a puncher, so they both fight. But that again, the reason why I'm sticking in similar sports, like say like
wait, they said McGregor what?
He can put in MMA world. They say he has good striking power.
Boxing is a total different.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with that.
I just get irritated. People downsize what boxing is.
Okay, here's a better analogy then. So let's say this is one I've used before. Let's say like you got two guys that swim. One guy's an Olympic diver. The other one's Michael Phelps. He's not going to win in a race against Michael Phelps, right?
With that one, but yeah. Okay.
How does that ruin it? That's a perfect analogy.
Nobody watches swimming.
You just ruined the perfect analogy.
Swimming. That's
that was a great analogy.
Nobody watches swimming.
Okay, fine. LeBron James is he going to beat Stephen Curry in a 3-point shooting contest? How about that? That's a good one. They both shoot 3-pointers.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna beat him in a 3-point. You know what I'm talking about. McGregor didn't have no business in that.
Let's go back to this one. So basically, hi Joseph again.
Joseph!
No I already said.
Joseph wants some pictures.
Joseph know you lying. He knows you got some pictures.
Joseph
somewhere.
wants some pictures.
He gonna
I have it on
find
my
it.
phone. Haha, it's locked.
Yeah, you don't show me no pictures either.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna get to the bottom of that. Gonna get to the bottom. Anyway, it was a fight, I guess. But Mayweather won like I knew he would, and that was a big thing going on this week. Anyway, did you check out the Video Music Awards at all this week?
No, I didn't.
Did you check those out?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think about the VMAs?
Well, my photographer, DC Productions, was down there.
DC.
So I thought that was really cool. You know, he gets to go to all the fun places, all the awards, and gets to scoop of everything.
That's my
So-
team. Yeah, we got media
Exactly.
credentials for that.
Yeah.
But it's competing days. It's the same days. So
Yeah.
you can't be in two places.
I know that's right.
Right. So,
That's cool.
would you think of anything about the actual performances they did show? The people on
I
the show.
like it, especially that Katy Perry got to host. Like that was like my favorite part.
Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was cool. I was like it better when they have the actual.
I'm guessing you're not a Katy.
Yeah.
No.
Terry's a hater over here.
Now I'm a hater. I'm just talking about her as a host. I actually like Katy Perry. I like her better with the black, longer hair. But that's another story.
Nicholas
I like
said
the-
Kendrick's performances.
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
That was the show. That was it. The show ended after that.
He
for
killed
me.
it. Okay.
Well, you still have the best album of the year.
Well, he had the video of the year, but I'm saying that performance was that shut it down. They could have just let everybody else go home after that. Kendrick did his thing. Anyway,
Actually, let's go back to the boxing. 50-0, right?
50-0. Money Mayweather.
Wait. Now, what do you say 50-0 about
Well,
what?
his
though?
record is 50-0.
I don't know about that. I'll be honest with
We
you.
had a
I'm a
conversation
yeah, I know.
about that.
Yeah, I'm a boxing. I love boxing. Listen.
Did the man step in the ring 50 times and win 50 times?
Yeah, but you gotta when you handpicking your opponents like that. I don't know, man. I
Yeah.
can't. My favorite of that class would be Sugar Ray Leonard of all time.
Yeah.
No doubt. He went against the toughest in the late 70s, 80s, man. He was out.
Right. Well, Hagglers and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
Hagler, Hitman.
Roberto Duran. Right. So I mean, overall, I wouldn't. Mayweather's not my pick for best top boxer. Muhammad Ali is always gonna be the best, greatest
Sugar Ray
Yeah.
Leonard.
forever. Over Muhammad
I'll
Ali.
take Sugar
Over
Ray
Muhammad
Leonard.
Ali?
Man.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray is a
I'm a
man.
Sugar Ray fan, man. I love
All right.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Anyway, we're gonna move on.
Let's move on to the main
Now,
topic. Right?
I do want to. So you were in Vegas. Now in Vegas, that is the land of the showgirls and all of the really the adult entertainment is big down there.
Oh,
in
is
Vegas.
it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Actually, at five
Well,
nights.
this is-
Oh my God.
This is actually not.
I didn't know that.
I've never been to Vegas. I never got to
no.
experience.
You've never been to Vegas?
No, everybody tells me about it.
You've
So
been to Vegas.
I'm going off of whatever I heard.
Vegas.
Everybody.
You.
I'm the guy. I'm the one that's out. I'm the one. I haven't got to
It's
experience.
Vegas?
Vegas.
It's my favorite city.
I've been meaning to
Is
go.
it?
I love Vegas.
Okay.
But I've chilled over the last. Oh, never mind. All right.
So, being that Miss Illuminati, you happen to have some expertise in the adult entertainment field, which is something that Vegas has a lot of. How is your experiences in that world? You know what I mean? How is what are some of the ups and downs of being involved in that kind of a career? Because it's interesting. We don't always get to talk to people that do stuff like that. So.
Well, people have a lot of opinion about what I do. If I just go out there and do what I like to do, I mean, I'm representing myself. Also, when I work with people in the industry, I'm representing them as well. So I have to give a good representation of what I'm doing. Can you repeat the question again? Sorry.
Yeah, I get it.
Simple. Make it
Yeah.
simple.
It's okay.
Your question. Even I forgot about what you
They
asked.
already started. They already started.
It doesn't take much for Dina to forget what the question was. So anyway,
Because she's
let's
like,
go. I asked her.
Make it.
What do you? I asked her specifically. What are some of
Lord have mercy.
the challenges of being in that industry?
There you go.
And that was pretty simple, but
Well, she-
maybe not enough for you.
This sounded a little hard.
Let me chop it up a little
She
more.
even asked about it again because she
Well,
didn't get it.
I don't know
How about this
how
question?
else easier to say
All
that.
right.
How about this question? I have a question about it. When you're dealing with men, right? Do you find that men have to kind of hide the fact that they're in a relationship, that they do come to the strip club and patronize?
Big words, Barry. We don't want to lose Dina on this one.
Oh.
Big words.
Oh,
Well, I
Big
can say that some
What? Big
don't
words?
want to talk about
Oh.
their relationship. They would rather, keep anonymous unless we decide that that's what they, want to talk about if that's what they're.
You ain't lying. You going there to get away. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, it happens sometimes, you know. So.
Yeah. So you deal with a lot of couples.
Yes, I deal with some couples, more males. I've dealt with lesbian couples too, but every once in a while I'll get a single female to come in and dance for her.
Yeah. What did you feel more comfortable when it's a couple thing, or is it more comfortable, or is it more uncomfortable when it's somebody's boyfriend and girlfriend there with them?
I find it really comfortable. I mean, because I'm in touch with my sexuality, so, and also I'm bisexual. It's a bonus for me. I get attention from both, you know.
So she like,
you getting us with jabs today. I didn't.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So based on what you do now, what is your, what's your goal on being in that industry?
Well, my goal is, like I said, I'm working on my rap career, so this is what I want to do. I want to be a porn star rapper. That's what I'm going for, and I know probably a lot of people will frown upon, look upon it funny or something. This is what I want to do. I have many other things, but that's like my main focus.
Have you always found yourself wanting to be a porn star? Or did it just kind of happen?
I've gotten offers to be in porn, but I'm taking it slow. I'm still working on my rapping, so one thing at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, we wish you all the best of luck in that field and industry. And again, everybody, there's people have all kind of careers and jobs and things like that. And I personally don't pass any judgments. And if what you're doing is making you happy, I feel great about that. So the other, go ahead.
Nicholas is asking, who are you? He genuinely wanted to know. Nicholas, did you miss when
Will you tell me your name again?
Herself?
You can follow her. You got your.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Illuminati. It's spelled ILLUMINAUGHTY 206, and on Twitter, Naughty 206.
Oh, okay.
So, do you feel like your industry, like you trying to be in this industry, does it affect your personal relationships if you're trying to be in a relationship with somebody?
Not at all. I'm in a relationship right now, and the guy who I'm with, he's very supportive of my dreams and what I want to do.
Oh,
he doesn't get jealous or insecure that you're dancing for other people?
When I say specifically how I want to get into porn, I want to do lesbian porn. That's the decision that I came up with, not to do straight porn. And so I consider his feelings on it as well.
I see.
So he'd be more cool with that than we with guys.
Right.
Would it be all right for you also have a girlfriend too in this?
Yeah, that's.
No,
I mean, we are looking for another person.
Whoa, okay.
I'm not gonna say too much.
Okay. So the follow-up question is the follow-up question, because we're trying to tie this into relationships, right? So the follow-up questions is that in relationship, like you say you work in a strip club, right? Mm-hmm. So in relationship, if one or both parties are interested in adult entertainment, does it affect relationships? Chime in, let us know, viewers.
I think it's interesting because I think every relationship is different. Because I've dealt with women that had a serious issue with it. Then I've actually dealt with women that liked it. I was shocked.
What aspect of it are you talking about? That they liked or didn't like?
Well, they like porn.
Like that, just the movies.
Yeah, because porn is my thing. And each of their own, but they loved it. Like literally loved it. And I find it interesting that it seemed like now more women seem to really enjoy porn. I mean, it's a really
Okay.
Do you find that though? I mean,
I mean. We don't have that statistic right now, so
okay.
It's like 35%.
I don't know.
I'm just subjective. It's like it's your opinion.
35%.
It just seemed like
varies really.
Well, yeah. Women,
I know, right?
He's going off his own personal.
Well, I'm just saying if you ever go to a strip club, you do see a lot of women in there now. Way more than back in the day. I'm just saying for me.
Okay.
Well,
have you been to a strip club, Nicole?
I don't think I have.
I've been to one, but only because
I don't know if I can buy that one.
I don't know.
I've only been.
Wait. How do you not know whether or not you went to one that she you have?
I thought it was McDonald's, but they was doing some different
stuff. It was
stuff.
a long time ago, and I don't remember it because I'm old.
Okay, I went once because it was work related, and I felt it was work related because the people that I was with, they were gonna do the marketing and promotion of the strip club itself. So I have to be there with them, support them, and give my 2 cents. And I was feeling uncomfortable. And That's just me. You know, I don't even want, you know, to watch the Chippendales or anything. Doesn't do
That's what I was
anything.
gonna ask. Like, okay, so the Chippendales, that's like a popular show.
Mhm.
Is that different than a straight up strip club, or is it
I
all
have
the
no
same?
idea. I've never seen
Is it all
them.
the
I
same?
can't even say I haven't seen Chippendales, but I've had an ex-boyfriend who was a dancer.
Yeah.
You know.
But they pretty much
Barry,
like
what
that
is the
same
Chippendales,
way, right?
I was gonna ask you
The
that,
Chippendales-
Terry.
the
Terry,
Chippendales
you've been the
like
one.
they strip.
Terry likes it.
Yeah, but
Like they strip,
but
right?
they don't do.
I've never even been to
They don't
Vegas.
do like one-on-one dances and things
This
like
is-
that.
okay,
It's
this
just
is
a
part of
straight
it.
show.
Yeah,
we
not-
really
we're
we
not
don't
in
know.
there.
We really don't
do.
know.
But no,
Sorry.
we don't know.
We don't know.
Well, it is a form of entertainment, and I think it can
So our
enhance
audience needs to chime in. Have you seen the Chippendales? What do they do and what do they not do?
Hey,
Have
guys,
you
be
seen a
honest.
regular strip show?
Yeah, can you compare that
But
to
I think
like
it
a
can.
strip
I
club
think it
with
can help a
females?
relationship too,
Yeah, if
especially
you're-
when a relationship over a period of time gets a little stale, gets a little old. Sometimes.
It helps.
It can
Well,
help
I
or
said
it
it
can
can.
hinder. It depends
Yeah,
on
I
the
think it helps. I
relationship.
think it helps if you're confident in your sexuality with your partner. If
Oh, shoot,
you
yeah.
lack
And confident in
confidence,
the relationship
it's,
itself.
yeah, it's not.
Well, how can you think it can take away over a period of time? You think he's going to actually leave you for?
It happens.
I'm sure
Really?
it's happened a
Yeah,
lot.
it's happened. I've had
Wait,
that
for the
experience.
stripper?
No, just a lot of times, I'm just speaking from generalization,
Okay.
but sometimes when men or women step out to do these types of activities, it's because something is lacking in the relationship. And some people might find it as a type of emotional cheating or some sort of stepping outside of the relationship. Like, why are they going outside the relationship to get whatever they're getting from that situation versus inside the relationship?
Yeah, I know where you're coming from, and I think that a lot of people might think like that. But I always think it's like one of those things where I don't think guys really need that much motivation to, or need much reasons to go and look at strippers. I think that a lot of guys would just want to do it. I think that for a lot of guys, and I could be wrong. I don't speak for everybody, but I think for a lot of guys, when it comes to like porn or adult entertainment or strippers, anything like that, when they have a girl or their wife, that's like they occupy a different spot in their mind than the stripper does. That's what I would think. Like I don't think it would be the same
pure
thing.
entertainment.
Right? Yeah, I think that they don't need much motivation. Like, oh, she's being so mean today. I'm gonna go to strip club. You know, I don't think guys need that.
But that's what
I think
But
that is
guys
just.
go to the strip club other to unwind, free their mind.
Oh,
I don't know. I
okay,
have people who are single in relationships. Sometimes they want to talk to me. Just tell me like what's going
And
on.
you guys want to lie to each other. Sometimes
Yeah.
guys want to lie, and you want to lie to them. And
So strip club is therapy? Therapy?
it's a
It
form
can
of.
be,
It's,
yeah.
I actually, yes, it is a form of therapy. I think so.
Interesting.
Barry's getting his alibi ready for the future, Miss Crosby. It's
You
therapeutic,
need to stop.
baby.
First of all,
Look, baby, no, it's for therapy.
That's not
It's for therapy. All of that in my face was for therapy. I'm getting my mind right.
Nah, ain't nothing to worry about. That's each of their own.
Right.
But
It's gonna take another 7 to 10 years before.
No, you got
7 to 10.
Okay, that's
7 to
just
10, and
enough.
that's on a good one. She got to be.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Let's get back here to questions about.
We're
Yes.
doing questions. Okay. Let's see here. I missed the intro. That was Nicholas. Quincy Newsom asking for your music online. So we're gonna tag it in the comments later.
Well,
We're
a lot of
gonna
interest in your music on
Yeah,
social
we're
media.
gonna-
Say something. My music is not out yet,
Okay.
so I'm a work in progress right now.
Okay.
Well,
I'll
she's
let
coming.
everybody
She's
know.
coming.
I'm coming out with websites at the end of this year. You all have that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
add me
I have
on
a-
Facebook.
Oh, okay. And I have a quick question because Nicole, we were talking, and you said something about pole dancing, right? And I thought the pole
That's
dancing.
different.
I didn't know
Okay,
that. I have to be
there's
honest.
pole dancing
Okay.
and pole fitness.
Okay.
Wait a minute now.
I thought it
Hold
was-
on
thank
now.
you, Terry.
Hold on now. What's the difference between
Yeah.
pole
Now,
dancing
Terry,
and pole
Terry,
fitness?
I thought it was the same thing. I was like, wait a minute.
It's like, so
I
when
just
you.
sold my pole. I had a pole in my gym.
Whoa!
See?
Whoa!
See?
Nicole.
I had a pole, but I never learned how to do it, and that's why I sold it because I just didn't have time.
But the idea was there, huh?
I did
No,
go
look.
to pole fitness classes in Federal Way.
But see, the
But there has to
point
be basic similarities between the two.
I mean,
right?
the moves are the same, but it's not sensualized. It's
Oh,
not
come
like
on.
you're not like
You on the pole,
you're not
man.
like doing that on the pole. Like it's
Doing
it's
what?
fitness.
It's
Like
like exercise.
moving your body like all like. I'm trying to keep it PG-13. You know what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
The minute, oh hey, the minute when we brought her in,
Yeah.
it had become
This is
rated
rated
R.
R.
Rated
That's
R,
why
people.
we went later,
Rated
guys.
R.
We went
Okay.
7:30 instead of 7 o'clock.
Hey, look. Now, Nicole, I'm starting to understand where your confusion about whether or not you was in the strip club was coming from. 'Cause it was you up there doing all that. doing all of that. That was you.
No,
That was you. Okay, but it was fitness. It was fitness. It was in the name of fitness.
I still think
Keeping
they're
it fit.
it's very similar. I think you can name it
It's
differently.
not. It's not. Like over in Europe, 8-year-olds do pole fitness. That's a
we
sport
get-
over there.
we get
Like
them
that's
young.
a thing that they
Get them
do.
started young. Oh,
Right,
man.
right.
Yeah.
Well, let's take
And
some
that's
of
partly because in Europe they're much more in tune with sex and
Oh, and I agree with
sexuality,
that.
and they don't look at it as a taboo thing like we do in the U.S.
Right.
Chris
So-
Williams, thank you for coming on and viewing our show.
What did
you
he
got,
say?
You got a lot of questions. You're saying you need to get me on here. You need some young blood. You're all too old school sometimes. I'm asking who.
I don't know who's old. Who's old on here?
And then you ask the question, is that a kitten? Is that a cat? Is the kitten in the middle though? It's me, Dina.
Is he talking about me?
1, 2, 3. I'm in the middle.
No, he's talking about me. Oh,
Are you a cat?
You want to talk about
No, I don't know. I'm like,
It's
hey,
a
don't
cat
talk
or a
about
rabbit. A rabbit.
It's
or
a rabbit.
I think
What
it's
is
a
that?
rabbit.
It's a cat.
A
What
rabbit.
do you mean, Chris Williams? Okay, and then
Make it
Nicholas
plain, brother.
saying that's a lot of information. And then Chris Williams again. Wow, adult entertainment in this day and age is used as a reference to help your partner in what they like and don't like in the bedroom, or just for self-pleasure. Interesting, right?
That's a really good. Who said that?
Chris Williams.
Chris, actually.
It could be. I think if you're married, and
I think if you're married or you're in
you
a
might want to go to a
long-term
playbook. Go to the playbook.
Well, no, I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
keep it interesting.
you gotta keep it
Try
interesting.
something different. Go out of your comfort zone, but don't do something you're gonna scare your partner off. You know?
I don't do nothing you're gonna regret. later.
Right.
So
I always had a question about bisexual, right? Is it more like a bi-curious type of thing?
I'm
Because they
not
were.
bi-curious.
No, okay.
It's not
Okay,
bi-curious.
well, stay in
I
my lane.
like
Stay, okay, I'm in my
like
lane.
men.
Stay in your lane.
My lane's
I like
over here.
men and
Yeah.
I like women equally. So,
Okay, wow.
But have you been in a relationship with a woman for a long time? Okay.
No, wait,
I say I've been in a relationship more with a man, but
So if you're doing that, so does that mean that you have a relationship with people?
That's what I already.
I mean, like, yeah.
But what? Okay, see, that's interesting.
interesting.
That's interesting. Okay, so like, at some point, I mean, don't you like? Okay, there's a lot of complications, right? So you got homegirls, right? You got like regular girlfriends that you hang out with, right?
Right.
So, but if you're in a relationship with a person who's bisexual, wouldn't it be a little harder to like? Because they are with your homegirl, but everybody who's their friend could possibly
Yeah.
be somebody
And
they
you probably
looking
have.
at. You know
You
what I
probably
mean?
have kicked it with
And you-
somebody that
Yeah.
you've been-
So I mean, wouldn't
Isn't
that
that
be complicated?
confusing?
I don't.
She
I
ain't
don't
thought about
find
it like that.
confusing. I don't
Yeah.
know. And people who I know that are into bisexual girls, like, you know,
They respect
They're
it.
with it.
it's okay. You know.
Yeah,
All right,
boy,
everybody.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
Okay, amen.
Let's take more of these comments. Nicholas again, listen, after a hard day's work, or we're going.
Oh, see, Lydia says the Federal Way location is popular. The
Ooh.
pole fitness place.
Oh, pole dancing.
Well,
Pole fitness.
Home fitness.
Nicholas
Nicole
said
come after me
women
with
have
this.
spas and we have strip clubs and barbershops. Okay.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah, that's-
The barbershop should be the number one. Who said
Yeah,
that?
and then he said go check out Perry's place.
Nicholas, what's going on in your barbershop other than cutting hair? Huh?
Hey, I think you might get, you might have
Oh, is there any?
that might be a business venture you might want to think about. Man.
Yeah, no, I
Know what I'm
I
saying?
keep it
Cuts
Christian.
and
I keep
butts.
it Christian up in here.
Come
All
on,
right.
cuts and butts.
Okay. So I guess
yeah.
Lydia, men can do things women can't. Women can't do what a man does. Okay, Lydia. All right. So we read all the evidence. Joseph is laughing about in Europe.
It's true.
Okay. There's a lot.
Hey, where's your stats?
Uh-huh.
Look it up online. You'll see a
Google-
million 8-year-olds pole dancing.
Google
They're
it. Google
fitness.
it.
But it's
They
like,
compete.
It's
like a
fitness. It's
competition.
fitness. It's not pole dancing. Dancing like pole dancing. adult
You
pole
know,
dancing.
okay, all right.
So moving
All right,
on.
let's move on to the next
Moving
thing.
on.
So we're
to
gonna
the
move on
next
to the
topic.
next
Go
topic.
ahead. We're gonna.
Well, all right. So okay, so
That's
we're gonna
what
take a hard turn here. We can switch it up.
I got a lot
little
more
bit
questions. I'm just trying to.
for the adult thing. So
We have to have you come back on because.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So if you take a look at the screen here, you got two brothers here, and then you got some multicultural ladies here, and a lot of the relationships that people here have dealt with have been interracial situations, and we've been talking about interracial dating, for a while, at the,
We
at
didn't
the
want
shop.
to attack it, yeah.
We've been wanting to really get into that. Because we talk about it a lot, and just like how people's perceptions of interracial dating and
9
everything.
years old, Ukrainian.
And how it all works. I think she just found a European
She did.
fitness thing.
YouTube, baby.
There's tons of
it's
them, 'cause
fitness.
normal.
Google
It's
it, Google it,
fitness.
Google it. Okay.
That's not. She's not twerking. That's the Belgian
Okay,
split. All of that. It's
5-year-old.
different.
5-year-old.
So
Oh, wow.
I got
Okay.
you. I got
We got it.
And
Okay.
my
Nicole
5-year-old.
proved her point.
Somebody
Yes.
need to get a whooping.
You want this one, Nicole.
All right.
5-year-old
Next time.
Nicole.
So in
You know
interracial
this.
dating.
So anyway,
Yeah.
interracial dating. So interracial dating.
Pros
So
and cons, right?
yeah, we want to know about the pros and cons. What do we all think about just interracial dating as a whole? Are you for it? Are you do you have personal experiences that that have led you to think certain ways about it? And one of the things I want to tackle is is it something generational that maybe causes people to think a certain way about interracial dating? What do you think about that?
I think it's definitely generational. Because people, like my parents, they grew up in the South. They are not racist and they are not against biracial dating or interracial dating, but because they grew up in the South, they definitely see the complications that it could have depending on where you're at. It's definitely geographical too. So my parents, I started dating interracially when I was 19. That was a long time ago. And they were scared because they knew what it was like in the South growing up. My dad was in the military and he wasn't allowed to talk to black men. And so they were worried about what I would face. They weren't worried about me being in a relationship with a black man, but more so what would we face in society based on what they knew, because now they're living out here in this area where they're thinking that belief that they were
Brought up
in is going to be here. And so my mom, she learned that it's different here. I mean, we still face some racism, but not nearly as much.
Not like the South at all.
No.
So Illuminati, as a mixed woman yourself, I believe you said you were half black and white. So that's got to be a whole different experience. And for you, do you think that generationally that you've noticed differences in your own family, maybe on either side, about how some of the older members of one side of the family might treat you than the others?
Oh yeah, I can say there's a big difference in my family. On my mom's side of the family, my mom's white, so we have a lot of white people. And on my dad's side, they're black, and I'm the only mixed child out of on my mom's side, so it's really different. And there's a whole bunch of stereotypes even before I was born, but I don't know, I just don't really see what the point is of having to hate on being, someone who's mixed race or interracial. We're all human, so.
Yeah. And I think that might be a mindset. We're talking about generationally. I think that's a mindset that definitely more people in the later generations, our generations, might share more of than the older generations probably subscribe to, because they did come from the Jim Crow days and all that stuff like that, and with our grandparents and whatnot. What about you, Tina? Do you think that it's a generational
It's not
thing?
so much of a generational. I think our world has changed where there's no more borders. People can go to different countries, and
for now.
Right.
And so,
They're
like for
working-
example,
they're working on that.
my family, I call us United Nations because we, my background is Filipino, and Filipino, Spanish. My brother married a Spanish girl. My other brother married a Danish girl. I married a Pacific Islander. My sister, married a Danish. So, like my immediate family alone, we are not full breed, not at all. So, and then going out, so we don't even see it as intergenerational. It's more like we embrace the person.
Right.
Yeah, we don't see the color.
Right. So you guys are definitely a more progressive family. Barry, you got family south of here, California,
All over the place, all over the country.
all
actually.
over the country.
We have a large family.
What do you know about the older generations, about your family, and how they respond to the interracial thing?
Well, it's interesting. Like I think somebody said, it's time. As time progresses, people do lose certain views about certain things, and I come from a family that was predominantly kind of down south, so therefore they still hold on to those type of views. And coming up, when I came up, even being around my family, I was kind of taught like man, you like women, you know. So it wasn't really necessarily.
So when it got to
skin
that
tone.
point,
yeah, you know. Now there's other sides of the family not too cool with it. you know?
And you touched on something right there. We kind of go into the next question I got, because you said in different parts of the country where
it's regional.
where you're at. So geographically,
it makes a big difference.
let's talk about the challenges, because I know right up here, we're in Washington State, Seattle area, especially in Washington State, because I know there's some rural areas that might be different. But you come out to the central part of Washington, and it's a real liberal, more of a melting pot with a lot of different, a lot of interracial, a lot of different cultures.
Let me ask a question, because I always hear that. Is it racist if you have a preference and your preference is dating your own?
Well,
is that racist?
No, it's not racist at all.
To me, I always find it awkward, because people if you have a preference, to me, that's what you prefer. Hey, do what you do. I never had an issue with
that. That's a good one. I want to save that one though, because right now I just want to ask about the generational thing, not the geographical thing, because we're gonna get back to that one. That's
and before you proceed, Joseph said that regional Northwest is the interracial capital.
Right.
And then Corey Phillips, definitely generational. Nicholas Jones would have sworn she was Asian. Are you talking to me?
Maybe he's talking about he's talking about. She definitely has a look. She has a look.
Oh, okay.
She definitely.
Indian in me.
Well,
Miss Illuminati definitely has a
about
look.
you too, Nina, because
No.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
they would think Dina's Asian.
no, I think Dina's clearly. I think she has a Filipino look to her.
Yeah,
I think.
my mom's
Hey,
Filipino.
Nicholas,
And
Nicholas,
that's-
let us know, because I'm pretty sure you're talking about Illuminati, because that's. I wasn't sure. I had to ask her what her nationality was when I saw her.
Nick, what was
so.
your national?
What's mine?
Yeah.
I'm a mutt. I don't know. I actually did find out that I have German and French in me, because I'm adopted, so I had to do some research to figure out what my family ancestry is. So yeah.
What about you, Terry? We keep on asking everybody, what about you? Are you mixed? Are you full? Are you...
No, I'm just black, from what I know.
So in your family...
Blackfoot.
We all got Native
I got some
American.
Native
How about you talk
problems,
about
but-
interracial in your relationship in your family? Do you have any?
Well, I'm in a interracial relationship,
Okay.
so I mean, yeah, right there. I think that it's one of those things where my immediate family. Now I'm really removed from a lot of my family. That's like back in the Midwest, and I got family all over the place. My immediate family don't really care. My parents were always, they were cool with whatever, and if you like somebody, and my parents saw me date everybody from black, white, Hispanic, Asian. They saw me date everybody, so it wasn't a thing for me. It wasn't a thing for them. So it just never was an issue. But it definitely is an issue for other people, and with my relationship a lot of times. So and that
Like who?
well, no, you can definitely tell that some people are not as comfortable with it. In particular, in my particular relationship, you can't really tell what my wife is. You can't really tell what she is right off the bat. But I know a lot of black folks. Most of them are cool. Most black people are cool with it and stuff like that. But every now and then you get that little look like, and you just it's one of them things like they just kind of some people just don't.
Don't sister always say that.
I don't want to.
You ever had sister say you look like you date white girls?
No.
You never had that?
No, not with me. I've heard that thrown to people before, but not with me. But I mean, like
I've heard people told me you look like you date black men.
I've heard that before too.
And I'm like,
what's
what
that
is
look?
the look?
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, what is the
What
look?
is that look on that?
Is it because you saw my Facebook page and I have black kids?
I don't know. I think I kind of understand a little bit on that because I think there.
How do you understand
But
that?
what is the look? Like, what is
What's
the
the
look
look
of
on
a
that?
girl who likes to date black men?
I'm not saying it's right.
get him,
Is there a
Nicole.
certain haircut or is there a certain
No. Well, there is a haircut. Brothers, no. There is a haircut. There's a haircut. That little short haircut. They know what the You know what I'm talking about. There is a haircut, man. There's a haircut somewhere. That is a dead giveaway.
There's a haircut. There is.
Yes, it is.
You guys don't
There
agree.
is one.
There's not a haircut.
There
That
is
tells
one.
it all.
There is one. You know
I
it
ain't
is.
mad at it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I just said.
So have you been asked that before? Like you date a certain
There's a haircut.
specific,
Yeah, I didn't ask, but I date all. I mean, before I'm in the relationship I was in, like I did out of my race, white guys, Mexican.
Oh, say that.
Yeah.
Say that then.
Italian. Like I
Say it's all
I
good.
have no problem
Yeah.
with dating people outside my race.
I don't have preference either. They have to be good looking.
You know, wait, we know with
Last
these
week's
two
topic.
8+ over here. Oh no, one fitness and one 8+.
So I have a good question. So I've dated a few guys who were actually offended by the fact that I have a preference to date black men because they felt like that I only was interested in them for their color.
Are you talking about?
I agree with that.
No,
Is that
wait, hold on.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's clarify what she said.
Wow.
It's getting. I agree with that.
Let's clarify what she said. Are you saying that there was
Am I
brothers
agree with
that
you
were
or agree with the guy?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So
So
she's saying that there's brothers that are offended by the fact that you only date
because that's all they look at, and they don't look at you as an
Well,
individual.
but that doesn't mean I'm gonna date every black man that walks by
They
me.
just saying that. Well, that's true too. But,
Based on last week, there's still got to be some sort of physical attraction.
Well, yeah, but they're just saying that if that's all you look at, right? Conversation kind of tends to go that way. I can kind of see what they're saying on that.
What do you think that they're saying on that, B? Be clear.
Be clear.
And don't be wrong.
Big-
and then I have another spin to that.
Okay, well, do
not let him off the hook. Do not let him off the hook. Put it back in.
Yep,
Put it back in.
Okay.
Go ahead, B. What do they mean by that when they say that?
I don't.
You don't want to
Okay,
comment after.
I'll just say this. It's a certain. I know.
You know it's a haircut. They know what haircut I'm talking about. Too.
It's a haircut. It's just the behavior. It's the attitude. It's certain conversation. So it's all three of those elements. Kind of when you kind of deal with somebody that only deals with a particular race, you do see that they talk a certain way, and I don't know. To me, I would find it kind of insulting if that. So I kind of agree with what some of the guys saying on that. Because
Why do you feel it's insulting?
I disagree.
Why do you feel? Hold on, I'm gonna get to you.
I disagree
Why
too.
do you feel it's insulting? Spell it out. What's insulting about it?
I just think that it should be. I don't know how to phrase it. I know her. I didn't think I was.
Hurry up, man.
I don't know.
Make it plain, B. Make it plain.
Let me come back to that.
No,
man. No, because I don't know. Because it's just it's just a feeling.
All right.
It's just a feeling, though.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's say that we're going off of what you're saying, that there is, some people could take offense to that, and you understand their point of view, right?
Yeah, I do
How
understand.
is that any different
Than me like what?
than somebody preferring men over women, or women over men, or blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls, or brunettes, or someone who's physically fit versus someone who has a dad bod?
No.
How is that any different? I don't see a difference
Because race
I
is
am
always
but I'm
the
attracted to the dark skin.
Okay,
That's what
so
it
that's
is. I like the
your
dark skin.
preference.
I like your guys'
Chocolate.
eyes. Like there's just you guys have different features than white Caucasian men.
Yep.
But
And so it's not necessarily that you're black.
attracted.
It's the features that I'm attracted to.
Right, that's like saying somebody I like big booties, and I don't want to just date girls with that ain't got no booty. That's a thing, right? But I think
Yeah, you're not gonna find a lot of white girls with a big booty.
oh no, that's not true.
I know, not a lot. I said.
No,
not
see,
a lot.
I'm gonna go on stats. Somebody look it up. And Google it.
no, but check it out.
I'll
But check it out. Though. I think
Okay.
we want to get to the comments, but what I'm saying is, to your point, I think that the reason why it's a difference is because, like everything else, race is always the big thing. That's the negative. Go ahead.
It shouldn't even matter what her preference, his preference is. Like, you guys really shouldn't be spending time picking at them. Well, why are you dating a black guy when you can be dating a white guy? Like, it's not really any of your business. You know what I mean? And if that's your friend, you should support them and the decision that they make to be with whoever they want.
Yeah, and let's just take a comment from Ashton here. Okay, we are just, we missed a lot of comments. Sorry, guys.
Okay,
but
sorry, guys.
I'm just going to read off whatever I feel like, is interesting here. Ashley said, I dated a white guy who only dated black women. He had negative views on white women. I was offended and turned off by that because it said
Yes,
something about his
behavior.
character.
Right? Well, yeah, it does.
But that's different. He has a negative view towards women. I don't have a negative view against white men. I
For
just
some
am not
reason, I can't
attracted
read the
to
other
them.
comments. I'm having technical
So,
difficulty
okay.
about the comments. I am not seeing the rest of the comments. So
I just
sorry,
think,
guys.
I know, it's weird.
like I said, I think it's more of a behavior, and it is attitudes that you can kind of sense on that. And
I got some comments here.
Wow.
So Ashlyn also said that the pro is loving who you want to love and not being limited by race. We can connect to so many people on so many different levels. The con is the lack of shared cultural experience at times. That, and I understand that exactly. And it's not a deal breaker, but sometimes it makes difference to be able to relate culturally. Great comment, Ashlyn, and I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that.
Attitude, confidence,
But culturally plays a big part in it.
What was she saying? What
Lydia has a really good point.
Okay, go ahead.
Black men have very little body hair. She says there's.
Well, that's not.
No, listen.
What about intelligence or intellect?
No, these are the things that attract us to black men. They're attractive, their attitude, confidence, they smell good, they have a little body hair, swag. She said I could go on, laugh aloud, but you get it. Not all, but a lot.
Right.
See,
I'm sure you can find some white guys with those qualities.
Compliments.
But see,
It's not. I'm not hating on it.
wait.
Okay.
Is that a compliment to you?
Well, it's not wrong in those ways. No. What I'm saying is, I think that the thing about that
How about the
that comment.
intelligence, the
No,
intellect,
I'm sure that she's talking about. But she's talking about
saying,
she's talking about what physically is attracting
Physical,
to her.
physical
So she's talking about physically, and why I get that. I also think that if you were attracted to white guys, you probably look for ones that had that kind of
Exactly.
those kind of features
Yep.
too. So I think there's plenty of white guys that don't have the hair and do smell good and do all this stuff too. So I'm sure that's out
I
there.
don't have any preference, I guess, because my first husband was a Pacific
Oh,
Islander.
Paris.
My second one is a white. So
Paris said something, and she's actually right. What'd she say?
Paris, I get negative pushback from black people when they see me with a different race.
Yeah.
wow.
Absolutely.
Wait, what is Paris? Is he Paris when he's black?
African American.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and that is
But
very
that,
true.
it does happen, and I think a lot of times.
that happens a lot.
I think a lot of times.
Ashlyn says her brother's hairy as hell.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So everybody, anytime we got to be careful about generalizations
Yeah.
because it's always there might be now a lot of stereotypes because there's a lot of truth to them, but at the same time there's always an exception. So there's always gonna be,
there's always an exception to everything.
right. So there's always going to be the difference in it. But I also think that like going back to what I think it was Ashlyn or who said that they have problems with going up Paris, right?
Paris.
Okay, so Paris, and I agree with that because a lot of times, people don't really know where you're at
What is
mentally.
Joseph saying is so damn racist and wrong.
A lot of people don't really realize that who you are necessarily, and they think that you're just because of who you're with, that's what you're about. You be like me, like somebody like me. I'm very deep into my culture, my heritage, and what's going on with the black community, and I always do. I'm always going to black events,
But you
things of that
understand some
nature.
people-
But when they
but some-
see me with someone who's not,
It
they're
takes
automatically
away-
like, "Oh, you're selling out."
Yeah,
or something.
they said that
So-
takes away from it. So it's just.
but see, and I heard a guy, a professor. This guy is on, I think it was Breakfast Club, and he was on there. He was saying that I forget the guy's name. He's a really good dude, but he was up there and he was talking about how like some of the best, how you can't be like you're not with us. You know what I'm saying? If you date outside of your race, like it's something about that.
It's the
which
darker.
is like,
Yeah,
I forget his name. He's great, but yeah, and so I definitely disagree with that, like all the way, because like
Of
I'm
course
all
you would disagree with it. I mean,
well, it's not just of course. I think some people don't have a problem with that because I know that there are. I've been around some black guys who would just say, I don't like black women, and they'll name a bunch of BS reasons, in my opinion, why they don't like black women.
But not all black women
and not all black women are like that, and they'll look at that. So there are people that have that mindset.
They make another race better.
My ex-husband was like that. He refused to date black women.
Right, and that to me that's
To me,
soft.
that's so
soft.
wrong.
Yeah,
That's-
you don't know until you try. So
Yeah.
Well, no, they're not attracted to that particular.
But you don't. But you
No,
don't.
but it's not about that.
I see.
Yeah,
you don't
they're-
downgrade.
I understand.
Well,
that
it goes
part.
past just their attraction. They're actually
There's like
dissing them, and there's a
judgment, like, I
reason.
don't- yeah.
And to me, if I was a white woman in that situation,
I would
I'd be
take her-
turned
I would-
off because
yeah.
you're only then it
Then
takes
it's
away
only
from
about
what-
your white. It's
Right,
only
you
if you're
don't
white
like me
that
for
I'm
me.
into you.
You like me because I'm white.
And that's the same thing I'm
so that
saying.
would be the thing. And
So it could be like,
Let's get on some comments because we got a gang of comments, man.
yeah, great comments. Well, let's go back
Whoa, it's
to
getting hot in here.
every race deserves props. Carol Kenny. Thank you, Carol.
Carol.
every race there's a problem. Look, I agree, man, and that's one of the things about me. Big Punish said I don't discriminate. I regulate every.
Yeah.
And I agree. Everybody's good. It's all
Okay.
good.
And we already read Lydia's, and then Joseph, you ain't looking at the person, you're looking for a black guy. Oh, that's for you.
But that's not true because, like I said, I'm not going to date any black guy that walks by me.
She
I still
says
look at the
she
person.
has a particular, and I get what you're saying. I also get what Joseph. That's what it sometimes
Yeah.
feels like.
Yeah.
We're not saying that's that's why. We're just
Yeah.
saying sometimes it feels like that when somebody only dates one particular race.
But it's also again,
and you're part of that race.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But-
I kind of agree with what Joseph is saying. on that.
I agree with Joseph too. But for example, you just there's this wonderful guy who wants to date you, and
he's
he's white. So you're not gonna.
Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. It doesn't mean that I won't date a white man because I have dated white men, but I'm just not attracted to them.
Okay.
And so until I see one that physically I'm attracted to, it doesn't go beyond that.
I'm sure,
But
but-
however, remember last week when we were talking about physical attraction, I said
Yeah.
sometimes the physical attraction comes later.
Yep.
So if I end up becoming friends with some guy who's white,
Or
and I
Mexican,
wasn't
or-
initially physically attracted to him, but we developed some sort of friendship or we developed some sort of relationship, then that could possibly happen.
That's real.
But as far as the initial physical attraction, yes, I date black men. And this is another question that you guys can ask the audience.
You black guys.
I have black kids, and so to me, I feel like I need to date black men because I want my children to be able to have that part of their heritage and their culture. And
So that's a whole nother thing too.
Yeah.
That's so you kind of because
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, and it's interesting
But
too
it's
because
true.
well, I always go back to one major point when I'm talking about mixed breeding. And I really want to get your opinion on this in a minute. But I always go back to one thing. You look at our last president of the United States, one who's sorely missed. But for me, but you look at him, and when they refer to him, they always refer to him as the first black president. Now, last time I checked, his mom was white. Okay, his dad is black and his mom was white, so he's equally both sides. But they only refer to him as the first black president. So that's the way that mixed people, I think, are generally looked at for the most part. Automatically, they're going back, and that does go back to that because if you were a slave baby that was mixed with the slave master, you were still slave. So I think that kind of permeates to this day, and that's something why I understand why culturally that would be something that you would factor in when you have mixed babies, that you would want somebody who could relate to them on levels
Well,
that they might get.
and that's very important. And just
it's very
even for the
important.
cultural standpoint, understanding culture, understanding.
So let's
So you are the epitome of what we're just discussing right there with somebody who is equal parts both black and white. What side? Yeah, what side does that? Where do you land on that? Where do you see yourself as a mixed woman? Because you're equally both. So what do you see yourself as?
Well, having my mom be white and tell me to always put, black down. I've always felt that way, and I agree with her on her decision that I'm black. More people, even though I'm mixed, they see me as black. And makeup can change how I look. I can do makeup and I can look like a white woman, So I can find with black,
Has that been?
Is it beneficial?
I'm sure that there's times when that's been tough, or is that what is it?
No, I don't think it's been tough because I can go up to anybody and really just talk to them. Doesn't matter their race. They're not going to be, oh, you're mixed. I'm not talking to you.
well, have you ever been in a position, because we unfortunately live in a society where race is a big issue, have you ever been in a situation where you feel maybe the situation would have been different if you had done your makeup where you looked more like a white girl?
Well, I have one incident, but it really doesn't, I can't say it has to do with makeup. It was when I was younger in school. I went to a school of, I was 4 black kids out of all white schools, and I got a death threat by a white girl, and that kind of made me a little bit fear inside that, just because of my skin color, people are going to automatically pick me as a target, and I've dealt with racism, but it doesn't affect me.
And it's just tough because you
She's
are
younger,
both.
too.
You have both of everything, but people are automatically judging you.
And
So this
people
is some of the
say,
challenges
you're
that
not black.
You're not black enough.
Yeah.
You're light skinned.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of good questions.
So let's get back to that.
Let's go to Mandingo fetish. What's that?
Oh my! Joseph! Oh, he threw shade. Nicole just laughed. She didn't deny it.
The comments. Wow.
They're going in.
Oh Lord, they're going. Hey, yeah. What's some good?
Quincy said, I heard women say they love black men lips. Nicholas, some black women utterly detest black men for dating white women. That could be true.
No, that's all the way true. That like I said, the professor that was on there. He said,
Corey Phillips,
basically
I
you lose a
agree,
black
I've been looked at differently for dating outside my race, or if I'm with my daughter because she's mixed. And Lydia says mixed babies though, they're hella beautiful and cute. Mixed babies.
I think
I'm
all
always
babies.
for mixed babies. And then Paris, living on the West Coast, is very open-minded to seeing interracial relationships. And when I live in Amsterdam, Holland, Belgium, but when I have been in the South and the East Coast, it is very different.
Look at Charlottesville right now.
Especially New York and DC. Yeah,
Yeah,
black stay with black,
Look at
white stay with
Charlottesville.
white. There's like a
It's
divide.
segregated. It's very still segregated.
Right.
So Chris Williams, black women throw the most shade at other black men and women who date outside their race. Period.
Well, you can't say
yeah,
most. Don't say most. You gotta be. We gotta be
Give me some
careful.
stats. Give
You
me
gotta
some
be
stats
careful.
on that.
If you're gonna say
Come on,
most,
Chris.
Come on,
Yeah.
Chris.
no, but I'm not gonna disagree. I'm not gonna say that he's
I'll date you, white girl.
James Calloway, I'll date you.
That's my
white
boy,
girl.
Big J. J. Are
I'm
you
not-
single? Are you?
I'm not looking to date.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Jay. We almost had it.
at the throwing shade, I think that there's shade to be thrown on every side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there is that because like I said, I've been around a lot of sisters that see me in a mixed relationship and they're cool as nothing, and I've been around a lot that kind of give you that look. You know what I'm saying? Like they were smiling, they were smiling at me before my girl walked in the room. You know what I'm saying? So that does happen
It's gonna
sometimes.
be hate
But
either
you
way,
could go,
man.
you
It's
could
gonna
go,
be hate.
like again, you go in some areas. I'm sure white guys are gonna look at white girls differently when they come in with brothers. I'm sure that's gonna happen too, and vice versa, and all the way around. So I think that's gonna happen on all sides.
There's a comment from Paris. Paris Davis. She makes a good point. My boyfriend has biracial kids. Their mother is black and my son's father is black. But we dated solely because of the person we saw in one another, not race preference. That's nice.
And do you?
And then Juan says, growing
I
up
don't
in a
give a damn what
predominantly white
nobody
town,
thinks. Do you, girl?
homosexuals, I have been exposed to the
Congratulations.
dating scene of being my opinion. That being my opinion. Blah blah blah. I can't read anymore. The town wasn't overly diverse. The brown ones were family or considered family because of similar backgrounds.
But Paris, did you used to have a preference and then you met this guy? 'Cause I'm assuming he's white,
This was
right?
Juan now.
Oh, okay, with Paris.
Yeah, well, Paris. Yeah, I don't know.
So
that was Paris's comment.
That's what happens when you become friends with somebody. You kind of look past certain things, and
Which is what I was saying.
Yeah,
Like
and
if
that's what I was
somebody were to come
feeling.
into my life,
you never know. You never know.
we've developed a friendship.
Yeah. I think at the
And
end
I
of the day,
not
yeah.
date. And I date them just because of the person,
Yeah. I think at
The
the
physical
end of the
attraction might not be
day,
there in
it's
the beginning.
whoever
Do
can fit in your needs. What
do
you
we
need
think
from
that-
person,
Absolutely.
right?
And that's kind of, I think society will move toward that. I
Yeah.
think it is making steps toward that.
Yeah, because like you have the need that like you have a need for a person, and also a need for that you want your kids to be to have that background and know the
Mhm.
culture and know
Yeah.
the tradition, etc. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Michael Dunham says race is a made-up construct. We are one race, the human race.
Absolutely.
Boy, I wish everybody thought
Right
that.
on.
But not always think like that, Mike. I agree with that,
Yeah.
but unfortunately,
Joseph is asking you guys if
What?
you would date a non-black woman who told you they only like black guys. Like
Oh.
the
Like
guy,
if,
like the
no,
guy that
no,
I was,
that would to me.
That's a turn off.
If they came out right with that like that,
yeah, it
now,
matters in what.
It's how they say it.
How you say it
Right.
over a period of time, and if you give me
And
intelligent reasons, that's something totally different. You just
Actually-
said I like black guys because they can dance, or
and it's not
I don't know.
it's
Like
not even
chicken,
that
cook
foreign.
chicken and eat chicken. No, I'm good.
That's not even that
I
foreign of a
like black
concept.
guys.
No, wait. I like football players or syrup.
No, but I don't think that's not that foreign of a concept though, because I used to be in situations when I was out there where I would see people and they would come up to me and they would say they only want to date you. They like. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so I mean, I've heard that. I've been at the bar and you'd be like, oh, I only mess with black guys. That's always a turn off to me. Like,
and that's not something that I would go up and say to somebody. The way that it came about in my situation is the guy specifically asked me, "Do you only date black guys?"
Okay, well that's
that's-
That's
to me,
what
that's a
I'm
good
saying.
turn off.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong. Anyways,
but yeah, no. So
this is nice. A great conversation.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
topic. you
yeah,
know.
it's definitely it's something that happens and it's prevalent. Again, like I said, to each their own. Everybody has their own preferences and things like that. I do want to ask, do you think that there's a gender acceptance to where that it's more generally something that you've come across where there's more of one, either males or females that are okay with your interracial situation? Like, you think that there's more guys that have a problem with it, or there's more girls that have a problem with it on either side?
That's again assumption. We
I'm
don't
saying
have the
in your
stats.
personal experience. I didn't say stats. I'm talking about your personal experience.
I haven't really had people come up to me and say they have a problem with it. And when I did have pushback from it, it was from the older generation
Yeah.
and from the town that I lived in where there
I see.
was no black people. So
Yeah.
it was totally uncommon for interracial relationships because there's no black people there. It was all white people,
Yeah.
and it was a small town. And so I don't really have a reference point in my personal experience in regards to that.
This is wherever you might have been at the time. For you, have you ever? Do you have? Is it more guys that are weird about the interracial things to you when there's been negative things, or girls?
Never had that problem with guys or girls. There's never been a problem. I had friends who are all different races and accept me for who I am, who I'm with, and so it never,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Barry, what do you think, man? Do you think if you were to date outside of your race at any point, do you think that you get more pushback from brothers and sisters when it comes to that?
Oh, damn, it'd probably be sisters.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah, but again, I mean, I'm used to whatever, so it doesn't really bother me, when you date somebody, you date them.
Yeah.
And you take on whatever you take on. That's what you do, so.
Yeah, I think the important thing is going after the right person for who
Yeah,
that
To go
person.
through that
Yeah,
journey,
thank
to
you.
go through
That's
that journey
exactly
together.
At the end of the day, if you're looking at anything else, it's all superficial. If you're dating somebody for money, if you're dating somebody because of the cars they drive, anything that's other than who they are and their core human being, then you're gonna eventually fail in that situation.
Let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya.
And that's what we should do. Let's bring this together. Let's bring it in. Urban Shop Talk. We are now bringing people together in these times. In these
We're
times.
like united together. We
Two
stand.
black.
We love these guys. Today, we thank everybody for joining us. We want to thank Mr. Lemonati
Thank you.
Catch her.
bringing the freaky with us today. Bring it with us.
We're
Bring
gonna
it to
add
us.
some links or something in the comments. I mean, she can do that too, so that you can follow her. You can get some information
Everybody say
about her.
goodbye. Tell them.
Okay, I'd like to give a shout out. You guys should go to Memphis Barbecue Grill out in Everett, the best barbecue place ever. And please check out
Okay.
Sweet Nutty Bug. Never Met a Girl. That will be coming out soon. I know I'm guest starring in the music video, so I
Music
wanted to
video?
share that with you guys.
What's the music video? Who's in it? Who's
Sweet
with
Nutty
it?
Buddy.
Sweet Nutty Buddy.
Boy,
Okay.
Squeak. You got it.
Okay.
Miss Nicole, tell us about yourself. Tell us what.
I'm a mom, and I run an online social media fitness business, helping other moms build a business from home so they can be home with their kiddos and working out every day and running online fitness challenges. So if you guys need to get on the wagon or if you've fallen off, I'm your girl at Nicole J Fitness on Facebook and Nicole J_Fitness on Instagram.
And if you see her on the pole, it's fitness. Yeah, it's fitness.
I got rid of my pole.
Miss Dina.
Never get
since
rid of the
we're-
ball.
Since we're doing some shout outs, Dina in Seattle, follow me. I have a page
In
now.
Vegas, in Seattle.
It's Dina in Seattle. No, we're not gonna
Big
do
time,
this.
all
So
over.
what I do, I'm entertaining new clients for personal branding and also companies if you need help with your PR, your branding, social media, marketing, or you just need to pick my brain. That's my background in marketing. So hit me up and I can help you. So there you go.
All right, Barry, where the shop at?
I want to say my full name, like Barry K. Crosby.
Oh, you want to be professional?
They're all doing all these different names. I want to do the same thing. I want to be that.
Put the K in it this time, brother. Put it in there.
Locate 529 Central Avenue North. You guys know where it's at.
All right, and we got some videos up on the Urban Shop Talk that's coming out. I just did a review for the Defenders Netflix series. It's on the Urban Shop Talk page, so check that out. I'm gonna have some other reviews
And we
coming
gotta
out.
talk about Insecure.
Insecure.
has been the best show.
Insecure. We
wanna
gotta
hate
talk
this
about
show.
that because my
I
girl.
hate this show too.
Hey,
but
look.
I know.
Hey, look, no,
The guy
it's
cheated.
on HBO.
How did he cheat?
Hold on.
Okay,
It's on HBO. Check out Insecure because my girl Issa last night, she was taking more shots to the face than McGregor and Mayweather. So go ahead and check it out.
That's natural.
Check it out.
Time out.
She was taking shots to the
And
face.
Wait, hold on. That's natural.
Take shots to the face.
Before we finish
That's
up,
natural though.
help
That wasn't
us,
bad.
help us get more likes, share
Share
us.
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 You guys are being
Yeah.
stingy with this great show. I want to be honest with you. Don't be stingy.
Be-
Share.
be-
Yeah, like us.
Chaz,
and,
bring
you
us to
know,
the world. Bring it to the world.
Periscope?
Periscope.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We want to thank
Okay.
everybody
Yeah.
for joining us today. We are going to be off next week for Labor Day. We'll be back the week after that, so look out for us. And until next time, peace out.
Thank you.